Hello and welcome back to the channel. Kinder Knight here, and I hope everyone is having a great day or week or month even. I know I am, which is why I am back with another video from the fair city of Dukesbrough. And now I am hovering over it, having a bird-eye view as they say, and I have to say I'm thinking it's looking really awesome. The city is about halfway through completion, and so we do still have quite a ways to go before we can call it a wrap. So with that being said, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to jump back into it and start making some more progress. Last we left off, we finished this portion here with the carpenter's workshop and residentials. If you haven't gotten a chance to see that episode, I highly recommend you going back and checking it out. It's episode 14 in the series. So, in continuing the progress for today, we will be focusing on this small area here where the plan is to squeeze in some more skilled professions as well as their living accommodations. And so the first building here would be the belt maker. Then moving on, we'll have the Fletcher shop. And then moving on over to the next stop, we have the important coopers. And then finishing up, we have the equally important potter or pottery maker. And so that's the plan for today. Of course, we'll have some light lore alongside the time lapse. And as always, after the time lapse, we'll meet back for the tour of the build. So I hope you guys stick around for that. And now I think I gave you guys enough of a rundown, so let's cue the time lapse. Along the bustling, busy streets of Dukesbrough can be found many kinds of trades and professions, stores and shops, in which all play a part in contributing to the city's growing population and economies. Just a quick stroll from the blacksmith and a short stretch away from the carpenters can be found hard at work some of the city's most important tradesmen whose homes and businesses align the block. The belt maker, with his diligent and skillful use of cured animal hides, which allows for crafting of the simplest of ring belts, frequented amongst the common folk, to the more elaborate embroidered sword belts worn by knights and lords. The Fletcher, or arrowsmith, who through his masterful binding of wood, metal, and plumes ensures that, be it hunter or soldier, his arrows are guaranteed to land true. The coopers, with the very important role of supplying the city's peoples with buckets for fetching and holding well water, tubs for washing in, and of course, most importantly, barrels for the use of storing valuable liquids such as beer and wine, and also dry goods, in which no tavern or lord cellar would be found without. And lastly, the potters, with his knowledge and prowess of safely executing the heating and working of his kiln, to his skilled and dexterous hands, perfect for shaping and forming clay into commonly used kitchenware, as well as beautiful vessels for decorations favored and coveted by the city's rich and wealthy. Amongst other things, occasional commission for clay tiles used in flooring and roofing, to the alternative to stone, clay sculptures. Alright guys, we are back in first person view, and I have to say, I'm so excited to show you all some of the things that have been done here and give you guys a closer look at the build. I just think it looks so cool. I'm really loving how this particular block turned out, and it's only going to get better as the building progress goes on. So anyways, we'll drop down here and begin the tour. So, the first build on our tour route will be our belt maker shop here. So we'll go ahead and open these doors here. Whoop. Get that out of the way. And now guys, you're gonna have to use a bit of your imagination. Obviously in Minecraft we don't have anything like belts or anything really to indicate them, and so I just use various vertical quarter slabs to give the look of a belt being sold here in the shop. And as you can see, we have even some chains hanging here to represent a kind of belt, as well as some rope in this case that are also imagined as belt. It works well enough. I'm happy with that. So moving on, our belt maker has a nice oven here. Of course, he has a little spot over here in the corner to keep his food. Maybe it's his lunch that he needs to warm up or cook here at his oven. So we're gonna go ahead and move back here to the actual workshop area of the build. So this is where the belt maker would actually put together those strands of leather and attach the buckle and you know, poke the holes in them so it can be a belt. And then it also has space outside to do some work too. We have this little table here. We have these barrels that are filled with fresh tan hides. And so now let's go ahead and head up the stairs into his personal living quarters. Now this is his bedroom slash where he eats and, you know, just gets comfortable, I guess. He has a nice fireplace there with a chimney that rises out of the roof. He has his table here where he can sit and eat and or maybe even read here, right? He's next to his fire. We got some storage, some cabinetry there, some logs to go on the fire, some more storage there. And then of course when we come up on this area here, we have his nice big bed, nice and comfortable, a nice comfy sitting spot there to have a drink in the evening after a hard day of work. So that's that, and we're gonna go ahead and make our way to the next build. And guys, I know we're gonna be moving a little fast, so I do apologize for that, but I just want to make sure we get everything done in a timely manner. So next we have the Fletchers, or Arrowsmith, indicated by this sign here. It was the best I could do, so we're just gonna have to be happy with that. And just to reiterate, I added a target dummy here outside as well. So we are gonna go ahead and check out the Fletchers, but first we're gonna go ahead and start with the main residence first, then we'll make our way to the workshop. We're gonna pop open these doors here. Here we step right into the first floor main living area. There's a dining table here in the center of the room. There's a decent oven over here to cook their food at. A little area here where they can prepare meals or even place meals there. We have an area here where they keep their wine or maybe some kind of beer that they would drink. And then we just have some storage space here for the miscellaneous items. I think this room came out really cool considering it's built on an angle. There's this cool spiraling staircase here that leads up to the next floor. But before we check that out, I want to show you guys the Fletcher's workshop area first. So here is part of the workshop area, but real quick I want to show you guys where this lets out and where we're at. So again, this is the entrance into the workshop, and again, I know there's not much going on here. It's more like extra space for storage and just stuff like that. But the real gym, which is the actual workshop, is located down here. And as you can see, it looks and feels really busy down here, which was the actual idea behind it. Now, obviously, I'm not 100% sure of how a medieval Fletcher shop would have looked, but I did do my best to try and recreate something that could make sense, I think. I just tried to be sure to have plenty of materials and tools around that maybe a Fletcher might have had possibly used to make arrows. As you can see, there's loose planks around that'll be used for the shaft of the arrow, as well as the rope and string for binding. And then over here in the corner, we just have some arrowheads and some fletchings. And then if we make our way over here, we have this little station where we have some glue that will be used to bind the fletchings onto the shaft, as well as the string, of course. And so that's pretty much our shop here. Again, it's a lot of little details. It's kind of hard to see everything, but I really like how this turned out. I think it really represents what my ideal of a Arrowsmith workshop would look like. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll move on to the upper parts of the home. And so now, making our way up this spiraling staircase, we've come to the house's solar slash bedroom space. Of course, we have 2 beds here in this room. We have a desk here for some reading and maybe some writing. And we have a nice fireplace here with the chimney that reaches out of the roof, of course. And then if we go to this ladder, step over the bed there, make our way up, we have this little extra space up here, which is mainly used for storing more arrow pieces and equipment and stuff like that. And we do have this little sitting area with a game of Gwent on the table there. So that's real cool. Going back down, we're gonna go ahead and make our way over here to this door, open it up, and now, as you can probably tell, we have entered into the Master Fletcher's personal bedroom. And as you can see, he has some trophies on the wall here. Our Master Fletcher would obviously be skilled at hunting and stuff like that. So he has just some of his trophies on the wall there. And then he does have a table here where he keeps some stuff on. He has a nice bed, a chest for some storage, another little storage area there, and then this little spot right here where he can relax and just have a drink and, you know, take a load off at the end of the day. And so that's that. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next build. Again, we're just moving along, guys. Want to keep the video generally quick and not too long. So go make our way down, and now we're gonna head on over to our next stop, which will be the Cooper's, which is this nice brick house right here. Probably my favorite build on the tour. So let's go ahead and go inside. Now, as we walk inside, as you can see, you notice the floors are a little bit better than the previous houses. They have this nice little setup here, a nice place to cook and prepare meals. And then just around the room, we just have a lot of food storage. Right here, we have some meat or ale. We have this little area here to prepare food. And then we have the family's table here where they can all sit down and have a meal together and stuff like that. Really cool. Now we're gonna go up the stairs, and now next, we come to their solar. As you can see, they have this nice fireplace here that comes up to the next level. This nice little spot here to sit in front of the fire and get cozy, as well as this desk back here for some writing and reading or whatever that you may want to do there. And of course, a lot of storage around the room. We have a book shelf right there. Really cool design, I think. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on. We'll go up these stairs, and we come to the next level where we have a couple of beds, a chest in the middle there for some storage. We have this little station here where they maybe keep some water or some beer or whatever, so they don't necessarily have to go all the way downstairs to get something to drink. Of course, another fireplace that continues to rise up. And then we have this little game of Gwent because they sit around the fire and just relax and play. So again, we go up this next section of stairs, and again, we come to the Master Cooper's living area. He has a nice bed, a big chest right there, a place for some sitting, and then he has this nice little window seating, which is very similar to what you would see in a Lord's Castle or something like that. Really cool. They have this petition here, so when I think it's what it's called, but when he wants a little bit more privacy, he can set this up and open it up to have that privacy when he feels he needs it. So that's pretty much that. That's our Cooper's house. So we're gonna go ahead now and make our way to the workshop so you guys can check that out. So we're gonna make our way. Let's close these doors here so we're not rude. So we're gonna go ahead and head down here because this is where we find our Cooper's workshop. And as you can see, it looks really, really busy. Again, we're going with that workshop vibe, make it look busy. We have a barrel being made there. If you look around, we have lots of tools and lots of things that look like that would go into creating barrels. We have these metal kind of hoops that will act as a hoop of the barrel, of course. Lots of desks for working at and hammering and sawing and all that type of stuff. Real cool, really simple. I think it really shows that things like barrels are being made there. So moving on, but real quick first, we're gonna stop at this well, which we've also did in the time lapse, just a cool, simple little design. It's a manual well, so it's no triggers or levers. You just tie off your bucket and plunge it down in there, and then you pull it back up and get your water. And now this is going to be important because our next stop on the tour is the pottery shop, or the potter. And of course he would need a source of water to work with his clay, and so I thought it made plenty sense to go ahead and add a well, within the vicinity of this shop here. So again, here's the potter shop, or the pottery shop. We're gonna go ahead and go on inside. And now it looks really cool in here. As you can see, we have lots of vases and vases and urns and vessels to carry things in. And of course, if you wanted to buy something, you would come in here and you would choose what you would want, or you can have a special order made for an extra additional charge, of course. He has a nice fireplace here, keeping the place warm, and also it can double as a place to cook and prepare food. As you can see, lots of things were there for preparing food. Just a lot of storage around, making it look like a shop and stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and make our way up the stairs and check out the next section. So here we have a solar/dining area. Again, we have a nice fireplace there where, again, food could be prepared there as well. A table here in the middle of the room for them to sit. A place right there for some drink. And then some storage, some cabinetries, and a desk there. And then over here in the corner, we have this cool little design where we keep some utensils in there, some cups and stuff like that. I really love how this room came out. It really feels like a family, or people live here and they eat and just kind of relax here. But anyways, that's that. I think it's time to go ahead and make our way up these stairs to the next portion of the house. And now we come to another sleeping area. We have a couple of beds here with a chest, table here for some writing and reading, some scrolls on that table there. Again, really cool. Lots of storage here because, of course, they will have everything they own, in their homes. They have no garages or anything like that, so kind of cluttery. It's the way I kind of like my builds to look. Kind of cluttery, but sort of a manageable clutter, I would say. And I think it's an accurate depiction. Many of the images that we have of medieval living, it's kind of cluttered in their rooms and stuff like that. And it's also the design that I actually like and I cling to. So anyways, here we have this cool little sitting nook that I created. Thanks to Victory Mod, I was able to create this little kind of bench kind of thing here. It looks really cool with the end table at the end of it and another little chair there at an angle, which kind of creates, again, a cool little sitting nook. I really love it. I think it came out really cool. And now moving on, we'll go out through these doors here just so we can go out on the balcony here. We have this cool little balcony, and then we have these little flowers, and then we have this little jar where in the morning maybe the owners will come out here and they'll water their plant, and they'll just kind of enjoy their time out there before they have to start the day and work. So again, moving on up to the third level, we have again the master potter's bedroom, or his personal space. He has a nice bed here. He has some places for some storage, some cabinetry there, a little sitting area, a nice chest, a desk for writing here, and then a nice big area here to store clothes and stuff like that. Really cool, very simple, but it works. And so that is the main house. And now it's time, to go check out where the potter creates his pots and stuff like that. So close those doors. And then we're gonna go ahead and head on back. You guys seen part of this being created during the time lapse, and as you can see, there's lots of finished vases and urns all around and stuff like that. But the main feature of this part is this big kiln here, where they will fire the clay to cure it so it hardens and they can sell it. Over here we just have some area of different kinds of clay being stored and kept out of the weather, out of the rain I should say. And then under here we just have some tools for carving and shaping the clay into the desired product. And then, of course, we have these basins of water. Again, water is very important. We work with clay to keep it moist and manageable so it doesn't crack or it's not too brittle while you're trying to form it into a vase or urn or a vase or something like that. We have this, what you call it, I think it's called a potter's wheel there. Another Victory mod block. Really cool stuff. Just around, we just have some storage and some other things to just kind of pull it all together. And now here we have the back of the kiln where the potter would place the tiles or the pots that would need to be fired so they can cure and harden and stuff. And so this is my depiction of how it would look. I honestly don't know if necessarily it would be anything like this, but I created it that way. I'm happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really cool. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today. And I thank you guys for joining me on the tour as always. So that was it, you guys. That was the tour. And as you can see, our city here is coming along nicely. And I can't wait to do some more work on it and just really further develop it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, if you guys did, please consider leaving a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment in the section below. I really love hearing from you guys. And until the next time we meet, this has been the Kinder Knight, and I bid you a farewell.